Well, hi guys, it's me, Alex, and we are here today to talk about factoring. Many of you know, as a new dispatcher, you are dealing with a lot of new ideas. And a lot of times, new dispatcher ask me, why do I need to know about factoring? Why do I have to check on the broker score? What does it matter if my carrier will have the factoring? So today we're going to have our guest, Patricia from RTS Factoring, answering your questions and hopefully giving us an idea about new offers from RTS. And also, the biggest problem nowadays in trucking is fraud, scams, and how not to become a victim of the double brokering or the scammers. So let's welcome Patricia. We're gonna tell her hi. Hi, Patricia. How are you
Hi.
today?
Hey, Alex. Hi, everybody. Happy to be here. I'm great. How are you?
Well, we were thankful that you found the time in your busy schedule to join us. And we would like to start talking first about general idea of factoring. Why do carriers need? And if you can help us to answer some of the questions, we would appreciate. So first, let's go back to some simple understanding. Why do the trucking companies need factoring? And I've been researching this, and even artificial intelligence tell us that the first challenges for trucking is a cash flow. So do you agree with it that this is the main reason that carriers actually look into factoring and getting financing from you? Can you explain in a simple language for the newbies why this is important?
Well, absolutely. Well, first of all, tracking is expensive business in a way that, when you pick up your load, you already have upfront expenses before that load even ends up on your truck. You have to gas up your truck, you have to pay for the fuel. Right after the load delivers, you have to pay your drivers, you have all kinds of expenses, maintenance expenses, payroll expenses. So factoring in the shortest explanation will get you paid for your load basically within 24 hours of delivery. All you do is you send your rate confirmation, your bill of lading to a factoring company, and we will front you the funds minus the factoring fee that's agreed upon. And the rest of the funds is directly deposited to your bank account within the 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, so then we simply answering the second statement from our artificial intelligence, well, delays in payments, right? So usually new carriers, they strongly believe, well, I do not want to have extra expenses. I am gonna go and I am gonna wait for brokers to pay me, right? And they hope that the brokers are paying within what, 15 days, 30 days, but nowadays it's not happening. So
It
30
is not.
days, 45, 60, 90, and still there is a challenges. So can you tell us the reality nowadays? How long do you wait for brokers to pay RTS on average?
Well, the average days to pay right now across the industry is about 34 to 36 days. But that includes anything between brokers that are going to pay you within 7 to 10 days. But it is not uncommon for brokers to take, like I said, 45, 60 days. So it averages out to this 44, I mean, 34 to 36 days. But we allow up to 90 days for brokers to pay us back. So we take that wait time away from you, and you don't have to wait for your payments. You don't have to hassle with waiting and then trying to scramble to run your business, and the funds are available to you right away. And then we in turn are waiting that whatever however long it takes.
Okay. The second thing which they were advising everybody, well, let's talk about administrative work. Let's talk about invoices. So why do you think RTS is actually number one choice nowadays in trucking?
Well, I mean, part of it is definitely the administrative work, the sending the invoices, the billing process. We have a great portal called RTS Pro where we house everything. It is super easy for you to upload the invoices. Everything is in one place. You do not have to track by yourself. Where do I send that invoice? What's the correct email, making sure that the broker got it. You just upload it to RTS, and our trained professionals are processing the paperwork, making sure the paperwork is correctly built out to the right place with the right information as far as their contact info, payment portals, and things like that. So all you can concentrate on is what you do the best: dispatching, keeping your truck running, or if you are driving yourself, obviously you don't have to take time out of your busy schedule to track and bill out your paperwork.
Okay, so let's talk about rating for the brokers. For the new dispatchers, why is it important? And that's the question which I have been hearing all the time on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, on all the social platforms. Why should I check all the time on credit of the broker? I've been working with them. I already took loads prior 3 months ago. Why should I still go and check that credit?
Well, especially in this market where it's so volatile, it's so unpredictable, it is important to always check your brokers, even though you've worked with them for a while, because, something can change, something can happen, and a broker that's been paying great might start having issues, might start paying slower. And we have this whole credit system. We have a credit team that monitor those trends, that monitor the brokers, which is monitoring their trends, and also people that are processing paperwork and working with those brokers on a day-to-day basis. They're able to see any signs of potential issues with you getting paid for the load that you have delivered. I mean, the worst thing is for you to do the work, deliver the load, and not get paid for it for various reasons, whether it's broker not having the money, having cash flow issues, or what you have mentioned before, fraud and double brokering, and any issues that can prevent you from getting paid for your work.
Okay. What happens when you see the brand new broker and it has a trading and which is kind of new? How long does it take for RTS to approve that new broker? Is that really happening or it's going to take a few days? Because as a dispatcher nowadays with this low freight volume, well, I still need that load. I know that they're new, kind of need to get set up ASAP. Do you think it's going to happen within 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or I should apply for the future business with them, hopefully?
Well, that really depends, because N-rated broker will actually cover a wide range of brokers within our system. Those might be brokers that are completely new that we have never heard from, that we have never got a setup with them, got a packet, verified their billing information. If that's the case, it might take a little longer because we want to do our due diligence and make sure that this broker has all the necessary permits, that they actually are reputable company that is going to do good. But those also could be brokers that we've already set up, that we've worked with, and we may have not gotten enough payment history to be able to give them a permanent rating. So we recommend that, first of all, when you're just ramping up, try to stick with the ABC rated brokers that have been verified, that have a positive payment history. If it is a new rated broker that you are in a situation that you have to move your truck, this is the only load that is going to work. If it's somebody that we've already gotten set up, it is possible that we will still going to approve it for you. But if it's somebody that's brand new that just has entered the market, we would prefer to do our due diligence before we give you permission to factor the load.
Okay. So let's talk about this statement that it's factor trucking company don't take any additional debt or give equity to get set up with you, how do you protect yourself? Let's say we are going in agreement, I'm a carrier. How does RTS protect themselves for understanding that I'm going to do the honest business, that I'm not going to do double brokering, that I'm not going to do scams? What do you guys do on your end?
Well, I mean, first of all, we you know, do our due diligence as far as the companies that we agree to work with, as far as, making sure again that you do have all the necessary permits, that you have the necessary insurance to be able to hold the loads. We also file what it's called a UCC, which is a filing that we do on the state level that denotes to any factoring companies and any financing companies that this particular business is working with RTS Financial, and just kind of let somebody know that yes, there is already a factoring agreement in effect. Essentially, we also, with every load that we send to a broker, we attach what's called a notice of assignment, which is a letter that's signed by our executive and by the carrier that lets that broker know that once you receive that notification, you are required to remit your payments to RTS Financial versus carrier directly.
Okay. Have you ever experienced this common thing in working with a new truckers? They talk to you RTS, they talk to, I don't know, OTR finance. I don't even know the other factorings because I work with you guys. So let's say they were just talking to somebody and people go and they file this UCC lien on them, and then they want to go work with you, but they already had somebody file this lien. How easy it is to actually remove it and prove that now they are working with RTS?
With most factoring companies, it is as simple as, letting them know, that they have signed a contract with RTS, and asking the other company, have they actually signed a contract with you? Are they contractually obligated to work with you? Now, if they have just talked to somebody and have not really signed a contract, it is still possible to be able to work with them. Now, if they sign a contract, but they decide that they don't want to work with that company, it really depends on a case to case basis if we're going to be able to get that removed or not. Um, we try to check on that as quickly as possible. Most states actually do allow us a free check on the UCC filings on state level, so we can see and we can just try to guide the carriers, say, hey, have you talked to this company? Just let them know that you have never signed anything with them and ask them to remove the filing.
Okay. So let's go back to the contract. RTS. If I decide to sign up with you, I only have one truck. Let's say I have a box truck. Will you actually agree to work with me? I have brand new MC. I don't really have volume. I have one box truck. And how long that contract is going to last for?
Our standard contract is 12 months. So we actually ask for a 12-month commitment. We also expect a monthly volume of about $10,000. Now, for a first starting company that does not have a volume, that does not have established um, work, that there might be work that they're not going to be able to stand it for the first 60 to 90 days, we can just offer a rate that's lower, that's a flat rate, that's not going to be dependent on the volume that you do, to allow you one more cash flow upfront to be able to get everything set up, but also ramp up the volume, so then it is smooth sailing after that.
Okay. So let's say I sign up, the year goes by, I'm looking for something different. Is there going to be another negotiation, or the contract is just going to go into renewal again for a year? Or what do I have to do in case I want to cancel?
Well, this is a very good question. So, most factoring contracts, not just with RTS, but with a lot of factoring companies, are renewing automatically unless they are terminated within a certain period of time. With RTS, it is 60 days prior to the termination. Now, that does not mean that if something changes, you grow, added a bunch of trucks, we can always negotiate it and get you a lower rate. Also, we actually set our contracts to try to streamline that, and then upfront we will put certain volume tiers. So let's say if you do more than $50,000 in a month, then your rate automatically will adjust to a lower tier. So then we don't have to um, go through signing additional paperwork. We just try to reward you for the growth right away.
Okay. Sounds good. What gonna happen if I decide to use your other services? Let's say I would like to use maybe fuel cards with you. Is that gonna affect my rates for factoring? Is that gonna make me that golden carrier? Is that gonna give me a free candy from Patricia on Christmas? What is it gonna give me?
Well, we have partnered with Pilot and Flying J a couple of years ago, and we actually started to offer uh, what we call a fuel and factoring bundle. So or we also have software that we can bundle that as well. So if you have more than one service bundled with us, we are going to reward you with a lower factoring rate, or, if you already have a fuel card, we'll also try to increase your discounts that you are receiving.
Okay. Since we're talking about extra services, can you tell me something about, for example, you guys offering this tire mart program? What is this? What is this about? And would it benefit anybody? Is it free? Do I have to sign up? Do I have to pay anything up front? Can you explain to me what is this about?
Yes, absolutely. So we actually partner with Pilot and Flying J and Southern Tire Mart to offer a free value add service to all of our current customers. When you get additional discounts and additional insider pricing on tires, on Southern Tire Mart services, whether it's DOT inspections or any repairs, oil changes, anything like that, it is something that's already built in. This is not something that you have to sign up for. If you want to use it, all you do is we send you a code that you give at the preferred location, and then you're going to be quoted a discounted price.
Okay. Also, you were talking about what is this? This is another. This is
Those
all
examples of
of,
discounts that you
of the
would
this.
receive
Of,
with Southern Tire
okay,
Mart.
so this is a discount. So if you, for example, retail is $419, you getting like $20 off, so $399. So this is examples of what you can get, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and it is not exclusive. So let's say with tires, if you have a tire provider somewhere locally that you're using all the time, but if something happens, if you have a tire issue on the road, instead of searching for a place that can get you a different tire, that or can get you the emergency services, you call somebody that's already been verified, pre-checked, and also that you're going to get a competitive price.
So where do we get all this information?
This is one of the you get the code when you become our customer. We also
Mhm.
send you all the information, and we also have a department that handles all those things, that they can actually help you find the location, or help you coordinate all the services. And the number is listed on the flyer that I sent over to you. But again, it is also provided to you with all the onboarding information.
Okay. When we're talking about fuel discounts, well, is this information, because now I'm just gonna put the example right here. Is this information actually updated daily or not? Because I'm just like, I'm worried about my dispatchers, brand new. That's what we actually working on. Is this information updated daily, weekly, monthly?
Most of the information is actually updated in real time. So we try to give you the most updated information that we get either from the location that participate in our discount programs, or we also get data from the users when they're using a particular station, and what information comes in
Okay.
as far as what the current pricing are. We, obviously, as far as pilot, for the most part, the discounts are going to be preset depending on what program you are on. However, the smaller mom and pop stations will have variable discounts, and they might vary throughout the day.
Okay. So this is incorporated in your online application, which is actually really good for dispatchers. When they check the credit, they can see and they can advise their drivers. Well, let's talk about frauds right now, because this everybody talks about it. Truck stop. I just had a meeting today. They have an extra verification. They eliminating some users, so they are really big. DAT1 have been killing us with a fraud prevention, which is makes impossible for dispatchers, independent dispatchers, to work right now if you don't have the access. So what do you guys do, and can you give us examples? Which scams and frauds have you seen in the last 2 weeks, for example? Like, maybe not mentioning the names, but how are they actually do them, and what do we have to watch out for? Like,
Absolutely. Fraud has been a hot topic in the transportation lately, and I think a lot of people are very concerned with it. And the market, again, is volatile. It is tough. There is not enough loads. The margins are super thin. So we have seen a lot of instances of fraud, especially double brokering, that has been happening. And our trained professionals, our operations personnel is actually trained in trying to spot the signs of fraud. They are looking at all the rate confirmations, all the documents, and there are certain things that we look for. One, we always look at the email address that is on the rate confirmation. If it's not a domain of the company that you're brokering the load from, but it is a generic Gmail address, that could potentially be a red flag. We compare paperwork to rate confirmations that we have received in the past. We're looking at paperwork all day long. So, if something doesn't look right, we do check it. We also talk to brokers and you know uh, get information from them. I mean, a lot of times also, if the rate confirmation shows to check in as a different name, that might be a red flag that somebody else has originally picked up. Was originally scheduled to pick up the load. Different names on the bill of ladings. Those are all the things that we look at that are different than the norm that we are used to seeing.
okay, so just to back this information, for example, I just went to your app and I put Coyote. Everybody knows Coyote, although they have been sold for the RXO now. I don't know if they're gonna change the name or whatever, but everybody knows Coyote, right? So if you don't really pay attention to MCs, look how many different Coyotes we have, right? So that's the first mistake dispatchers do. Do you think that this is important? That most of the new dispatchers should actually at least verify, where are you guys? Where is your main office, right? Where is your corporate? Because if I'm gonna ask this Coyote Express, of course he's not gonna give me the Alpharetta, Georgia, right? So this is a first indication. Sometimes when I make those videos and I ask the brokers for their MC, first they give me a hard time. Why do you need my MC? Well, I'm doing part of my job as a dispatcher. I need to verify who you are, you calling me. Secondary, I need to make sure that they're approved by the factory. In this case, they have to be approved by you. But a lot of times, that's how I catch the scammers right away. They have no clue where original Coyote is originated, right? So this is my first red flag. Second, like you said, the emails. The emails, they just look kind of coyote something, but it's always extra dash, extra something, and the names. For me personally, it always gets me the Matt Damon and John Smith, and person who talked to me for sure was not Matt Damon, so that gets me right away. And when you try to call back, it's usually Google phone. So this is what I get right away. Like, well, listen, I do videotape them just for the fun for TikTok to show people how it happens. But I really think that you as a factoring company like should maybe send emails to your carriers, like, here guys, that's what's happening, like kind of bring the awareness about the frauds and scam a little bit like more, like I don't know, kind of upfront, not after it happens, because we see all the clients, oh my god, I got scammed, what do I do now? My theory is, let's prevent, let's not get to
Right.
that point.
And we actually do have some paperwork that we send over to our carriers periodically, just kind of letting them know what to look for um, in negotiations with the brokers, and looking at the rate confirmations and packets that you get from brokers when you get set up with them.
Okay. Is RTS have been dealing recently, we had what, Universal brokerage, they going out of business, it filed bankruptcy. What are you guys gonna do with those loads? How is that going to be handled? Because my new dispatchers, they like, wow, is my factoring going to take money back? So can you explain to the newbies, how does it work? So let's say they were approved while they were booking. They went to your app. Let's say their rating was C. While 30 days later, 60 days later, now they're saying, well, we are going bankrupt. What is RTS going to do?
Well, we actually do offer non-recourse services, which we do charge higher rates for. And in those situations, which, actually, as you said, are happening more and more right now, if the broker has ABC rating and they file bankruptcy, RTS is going to cover those loads for you up to certain dollar amount. Now, if you agree, if you go with the regular non-recourse program, if the payments are not received within 90 to 120 days, we are going to charge those back.
Okay. Do you have like no buy list updates all the time, or you as a dispatcher have to kind of watch and remember, oh, the rating was A 2 months ago, now it's B, now it's going to C, I should stay away from this broker? Do you have that incorporated in the app?
It's incorporated in the app. We do not send any mass notifications when the broker is downgraded, but we always urge you to check on RTS Pro. Quickly put their name, put their MC numbers. Also, when you are a factoring client of ours, when your team is working with you, and we notice that you're working with a certain brokers, and then we notice that they are trending the wrong way, or we're having issues with them, we would try to notify you in that instance. Say, hey, we're seeing that you have been working with ABC broker right now. We're noticing some trends that are happening with them. So we would advise maybe not, just kind of hold off from taking loads from them for a while to see how things shake out.
Okay, sounds good. So, in the end, what can you tell us? Everybody's asking, when is the market's gonna go back? Does Patricia from RTS can tell us, when is the market going back?
That is $1 million question. And if I knew the answer, I would probably be rich right now. I mean, we are hoping that it is going to turn. We are seeing some more optimism in the market recently. We're seeing an uptick in volumes and new carriers entering the market. So those are really good information. We also try to visit our carriers, speak to people, and I mean, there are signs that things might be turning around, but unfortunately, anybody's guess.
Anybody's guess. So now is a $2 million question. How stable is RTS right now? Since you also affected by volume, by the freight, by the prices, we want to make sure how stable RTS Financial is at the moment as of September 11th, 2024.
RTS has always been a stable company. We have been in business since, for over 30 years. We are established in a marketplace. We do have financing available to you. We are backed financially. We are actually, we are hoping to grow. We're looking to grow. We're setting for the growth, and we want to help you grow and get there as well.
Well, and that was being under the pressure. And Patricia did took the pressure well. Tell us about financial equipment because that's something new. I know maybe you're not authorized yet, but is that something which is gonna help also RTS to get extra clients and help the brand new carriers? What do you think we are looking for in the near future?
Well, we're definitely looking to, improve and expand the equipment financing division. We want RTS to be your one-stop shop for all your transportation needs. We want you to be able to get all your financial needs met. We want you to grow. We want you to you know borrow from reputable sources. Another thing that is really, really hurting a lot of companies right now are MCAs, merchant cash advances, that have been plaguing companies that, a lot of times might even cause you to go out of business because those are predatory lending companies that are preying on people that are not experienced, that may not have the best credit history. They tell you that they will finance you, but the terms are uh, really too much for a growing or for a establishing company or even established company to handle. That's why we try to offer in-house financing, whether it would be equipment financing or advances for insurance payments, or things that might arise that would not push you towards companies that might not have your best interest in heart.
Well, sounds good. Also, how easy it is to connect with you. Most of our dispatchers, our future carriers, they use our link since we are agent for the RTS, so they simply can apply on our website, and they simply gonna choose, are they looking for factoring, fuel? They're gonna put first name, last name, email, phone number. Can you please verify for me if I am planning to open MC? Let's say I file for MC. I have MC number, but I did not activate MCS. Is it a good time to actually connect right away with RTS so you can start this process?
Absolutely. We can start the process at any time. You might not have insurance yet, your MC might not be activated, but we can still get everything rolling, get your application set up, get you the agreement so you would know exactly what the terms and conditions would be. And then once you're ready to start taking loads, simply get the MC information, get the insurance information, and then once you take your first load, we can start working. Also, yes, the link is the great way to contact me. Also, the number is on the bottom of your screen. You can text me or call me at any time.
Okay. Yes, you guys can call Patricia. She's on our team leader. She's the best in RTS. That's why we work with her. You can call her directly. You can text. She responds all the time. You can also contact me and I follow your information. But it's always a pleasure to work with you, Patricia. Let
Thank
me
you.
ask you the last question. Languages, languages, languages. We come from different backgrounds, and a lot of times people ask me, well, if I'm gonna go with RTS, I want to have a representative who speak, let's say, Romanian. I want to have a representative who speaks fluent Spanish. I want a representative who speaks Uzbek. How many representatives do you have? How many languages do you offer nowadays?
Well, I am not 100% sure how many languages we do speak right now. I personally speak English and Polish, but I know that we do have, Spanish, Uzbek, Russian, Ukrainian, Punjabi, Arabic. We actually try to, languages and cultural understanding of our clients is a big value here at RTS. And we try to accommodate our carriers as far as bridging that language barrier, because it's not sometimes not always about the language necessarily being able to communicate, but understanding those complex financial issues. Sometimes it is easier if you're able to explain them in your native tongue.
Okay, sounds good. And are you guys planning to maybe also creating the load board?
Well, actually, we already have it, Alex. When you go to RTS Pro and click on freight, we do have a private load board that is available to our fuel and factoring clients that has loads that RTS's brokerage, Ryan Transportation, is offering. Um, it is a really great extra source for you to be able to cover those trucks and get additional revenue.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Since every brokers in 2024 switch switch their rules, so most of them they're saying to work with, let's say, England Logistics, now you have to be in the business for 6 months or a year. Does Ryan Transportation let you get set up if you do have RTS factoring? Is there a wait time to get set up with the Ryan Transportation?
Um, RTS does want you to have authority for 6 months before we can get you set up. However, you can always register with us as early as possible. So, once you become eligible, you are automatically added to our distribution list, and you can start holding loads as soon as possible.
Okay, so 6 months. So even if I call you and I say, come on, Patricia, I'm gonna be your carrier, can you waive that? Are you gonna be able to pull the strings there at Ryan Transportation or not really?
We are, I do not have any authority over our Ryan Transportation. We are separate companies. I know that for a lot of carriers, that also might be a concern that we do have a brokerage, especially if they're trying to broker loads themselves. We do not share any information between any of those divisions, and you know uh, we are working in the same market, but we are not one and the same.
Okay. I was just joking because every time I received a phone call or text, they all asking me, Alex, since you work with the RTS, can Ryan Transportation set me up faster? If I took your classes, can DAT give me the load board? So it's always like, I wish I could, believe me, I wish I could have authority to give people what they need to succeed, but a lot of times it's just about actually going into business, surviving those first 3 6 months. But I do believe without factoring, without money flow, you cannot even get to that 6 months, because if
And
you
then
don't
also
have.
what we do have is we actually update that information, and we do have a list of brokers that will work with new authorities. And if somebody is just starting up and struggling with finding loads, we can always forward that to you, so you know which brokers to target as far as trying to get through that initial period.
Actually, that's what I need because our new class is starting on Saturday and I need updated list from RTS. So if you can share that
Just
information with
just say
me,
the word. It is going
please
to be forwarded to you.
just forward to me, because I did have the list from you previously, but a lot of those brokers change their timing so it's not updated. Actually, you would be my saver for Saturday. Well,
Absolutely.
it's always a pleasure to have you. Hopefully, we're gonna have some people reaching out. And as always, we always strive to change trucking for the better.
Absolutely. Always here to help. Happy to see you, happy to talk to you, and I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you so much. And we will be back. We're gonna say goodbye to Patricia and we'll stay for 5 more minutes and we're gonna talk about upcoming trainings. Bye, Patricia.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. I think we need to remove you to say bye. Wow. Guys, we're gonna stay for a few more minutes and we're gonna talk on upcoming training. So let's have 30 seconds break and I will be showing you what's gonna happen. And I am back. And let's see what's going to happen in Dispatch Training Center this month. Well, as many of you know, we are starting our September training this Saturday. We had to adjust the schedule due to the labor weekend and other important things which were happening in Dispatch Training Center. But we are starting this Saturday, and you still have a chance to actually sign up. We have schedule right here for you, and you can use the code dispatch100 to save $100. So here it is. If you put dispatch100 when you register, you're gonna save $100. What else is going on? Well, IFTA training is coming up in October 6th, and then we are following with our trucking and safety and compliance program. What else? We had our free winners, right? And many of you were asking, Alex, why we did not see the live where you were awarding the free training. And I can tell you why. Simply because we only had one person who went and did all the requirements. And remember, requirements were very simple. First, you were supposed to subscribe to our media. Then you had to share 15 posts, right? Then you had to make sure that you leave comments, 25 comments under our YouTube videos, our TikTok videos, Instagram videos, or Facebook. You had to make sure you subscribe to our website and you need to send us actually review from previous trainings if you were our previous students. So we were supposed to see your Google review or review on our Facebook. After that, you were supposed to send us all of this. And believe it or not, I see so many people who asking, Alex, I cannot afford training. I really want to learn how to dispatch. You guys had 4 or 5 days. And the only person who did it was simply Miss Lopez. So that's why she is the winner. And look, even now she is posting us and telling us that she wants to be the future winner for safety and compliance. So we're gonna see Judy Lopez this Saturday. She have been receiving all the information, all the materials. But I would like to extend this offer, and if you're looking to get that free training, you have to show an effort and you have to do something, and universe will always give you when you ask for something. So one more time, we have October dispatch coming up soon, safety and compliance. So far for safety and compliance, we had only one previous student who finished all steps. So she's still only one person who might get that free training. We're going to have the drawing in 2-3 weeks. We're going to do it right before iftar. So probably October 1st or 2nd, we're going to do the live, and you still have a chance to win free iftar, free safety and compliance, and free dispatch training. But so far, I want to make sure that you guys learning and understand the basic of being a dispatcher. So right now I'm showing you the load board, right? You can see the load board. I just posted my equipment for tomorrow. Do you see all of these companies? You can see names: Howler Logistics, Maps3 LLC, Cat Global, Hickory Transportation. Here's Ryan Transportation Megacorp. Who are these people? Well, this is our brokers. And as a dispatcher, do you see this rating? For example, 97, 69, 90, 95. Why is it so important? So let's go to this guy. Let's see. While this load actually been canceled, we're still gonna use this MC number. If you look, at rating on the DAT, it's already low, 69. So let me see if I am still trying to book this load and I have RTS. Should I check on the credit for this broker? So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to put MC right here and I'm going to check. So look, although 69 is very low number on DAT load board, kind of probably not your number one choice for broker to work with. But if you stuck somewhere and you still need that load, if you have RTS in this case, you can simply still get set up with this broker because their rating is C. You need to verify the information, where they located, ask about their MC. Let's check on somebody else. Let's pick up somebody, let's say 7-star brokerage. In this case, their rating is 90 on DAT, which is not that bad. Let's look what else we can see. Well, we can see that it takes them 20 days to pay. View in directory, what's going on with the DAT? I guess. What's today? Is today Wednesday? Today is Wednesday, correct? Yes, I think they start updating their stuff. Let's check on this company. Okay, let's check on this MC. It's Precious Logistics, 97 points on DT. So not bad. Anybody from 95 to 100, it's the same as rating A. Anybody from 90 to 95, it's the same as B. Anything lower than 90, it's going to be C. So after 85, usually those brokers are not approved. So let's double check. Let's go and check with RTS for this broker. So remember, 97, it's an A rating on the load board. But what is it in reality? What is RTS giving you? Well, kind of matches. It's still B. So is it important for new dispatchers to understand why do we have to log in every time to check on the credit of the broker? Why? Because we want to make sure we get paid. Why is it important to monitor? For example, I'm working with this brokerage for 2-3 months and suddenly from B, they become in C. Well, something's going on. Maybe I should slow down and not to book the loads with them. The third thing is what's happening right now, it's scams and fraud. You're receiving the rate confirmation, looks like it's coming from this Precious Logistics, but something is off. You try to reach somebody back and they do not answer. You try to call and it goes to the just Google phone system. And when you check on all the details, well, a lot of things are not displayed on the rate confirmation. So pay attention. As Patricia told us, well, It's a lot of red flags, even when you receive the setup link, when you receive those setup packages, when you receive that rate confirmation. Read and maybe make that extra phone call. Find this brokerage on Safer, find this broker on your factoring, and double check the information, the phone number. Where is their main office located? Ask those questions. Just because you receive rate confirmation, it doesn't mean that you're gonna get paid. And double brokering is huge. Unfortunately, even the big carriers are using double brokering right now to survive in trucking. They are actually booking loads, let's say with TQL. They are booking load with England Logistics because they have 30, 50 trucks, right? They book the load, and then because they have extra MC, they post on different MC and they resell you those loads. While your driver goes, picks up the loads, you submit paperwork, you send them back BOLs. When they ask you for BOLs, right away. When they ask you to check in as somebody else, this is a red flag. Well, if you don't pay attention to that, you pick up the load, you deliver the load, then you submit the paperwork, and RTS is saying, wow, this load is not valid. This is not load from TQL, or if it is from TQL, it was not originally assigned to you. So pay attention to those things. Nowadays, to be a pro dispatcher, you have to be kind of a pro investigator. And when you calling or you receiving phone calls, make sure you listen carefully. Make sure you put A and B together. And together, hopefully, we can prevent scams. Together, hopefully, we can change trucking for the better through the knowledge, through the honesty, and of course, making sure that we respect each other. But the first things come first. Knowledge is the key. And if you want to succeed in dispatching, if you want to succeed in trucking, start learning the basics. Hopefully, we guys gonna see you. And my previous students, hopefully, I will see you in our let's see, where is our sharing? Right here, we're gonna share, add to the page, our mentoring. All my previous students, we're gonna start mentoring. So we're gonna go deeper into logistics. We're going to polish our negotiation skills. We're going to bring our experts from trucking from all different revenues. We also, as many of you know, that we have been partners with Truck Stop, so we do have special promotion going on. You can get 3 months of Truck Stop if you care. But there's have been some exciting news. We've been working on this for a while, and I can tell you this: we might have an option with a Truck Stop for an independent dispatcher pretty soon. So if you're going to be using their TMS and you're an independent dispatcher and you do have approved carrier, you will be able to have access to truck stop load board. And this is big, big news for an independent dispatchers. Of course, if you are a dispatcher who has a real carrier and you can prove this, you can still reach out to DAT, give us our code, and you can save 10% on your first 12 months. Remember, the prices are going up in October. We're going to do the live on those changes next week. But if you are a dispatcher who cannot really get the load board from DAT, it doesn't mean that you cannot dispatch trucks. Your carrier can get approved from the load board if they have active MC and if they have not been in any scams or double brokering accidents. So hopefully you are dealing with honest people in the business, and of course you making sure that they are surviving. It was lovely to see you guys, and we'll see you back. If you are looking to find discounts with RTS, make sure you contact me and we will get you the best possible deal. If you are just starting, you should start the process of getting approved for factoring from the moment you apply for the MC. I'll see you soon and have a lovely day.